Nebraska recruiting is heating up. The Huskers have landed crystal balls for multiple 3- and 4-star prospects over the last couple days. So in today's video, I'm going to break down who these guys are, what they bring to the table, and will Matt Rhule land them in a search for a top 10 recruiting class. So really quick, we have a big recruiting update for you today. Make sure to smash that like button if you're getting excited. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button. We are getting so close to 4,000 subs here on this channel, and I'm posting a video about Nebraska football and Nebraska recruiting every single day. So if you could hit that button, it would be greatly appreciated, and go Big Red. But without further ado, let's jump right into it. Talking about Nebraska recruiting, specifically some crystal balls that have been rolling in from 24/7 Sports and On3 over the last week. And let's just go to the number 2 player in Nebraska to start things off. This, of course, is 4-star tight end Chase Loftin. And this is a player who's coming on an official visit this weekend. And I've talked about him in the past, saying he's been on OVs to Missouri, Texas A&M. He was at Florida State, Kansas State. And I think that all of those programs have had a better shot to land him than Nebraska. Nebraska had a lot of catching up to do this weekend, and it looks very good for the Huskers now. There was some news yesterday. Derek Young, a national recruiting insider, put in a crystal ball on On3 for Nebraska to land Chase Loftin. So, yeah, I mean, just came in out of nowhere. Again, he's on campus as we speak, going through his official visit, and it looks very good to land. I mean, he's the real deal. We talk about Matt Rhule and his love for tight ends. Rhule says all the time that tight ends will be used all around the offense as flex wide receivers in the backfield. There's probably going to be 2-3 on the field the majority of the time. And Chase Loftin, he fits the offense to a T. He's a great vertical passing threat, great hands, really good size and frame. Listed at 6'5". So yeah, one of the best tight ends to come out of Nebraska in a long time, and they're looking to lock him down and the rest of the 402. Now, it should be mentioned that Chase Loftin, he mentioned in an interview recently with Mike Sauter that he's going to be looking to commit over the next 2 weeks. So we're officially on commitment watch with him. And yeah, Nebraska, after that crystal ball, they're looking like they're the leader in the clubhouse to land one of the most coveted prospects in Nebraska. So that's our first update there with Chase Loftin. Huge development there. But let's take it to the offensive line. Another prediction. Houston, Kaahaaina-Torres, borderline 4-star offensive guard, has been announced to have a crystal ball for Nebraska. Another player who was on commitment watch to sign the deal over the next couple days to become the next Nebraska commit. So, talking about Houston, Kaahaaina-Torres, he's another Polynesian player coming out of Hawaii, the number 2 player in that state. And yeah, it looks like he will commit to Nebraska. Keith Williams, one of our guys who works in the Nebraska athletic department, specifically for Nebraska recruiting, he posted on Twitter yesterday a drum roll GIF referring to Houston Kaahaaina-Torres committing very soon. So, just another brawler Polynesian player. He is coming on an official visit this weekend, and I'd expect him to commit maybe even Sunday, if not Monday. Now, really quick, I want to answer a misconception. First off, this guy's the real deal. He's a borderline 4-star offensive lineman. You will take that every single day of the week. When I watch him on film, he should be a top 200, even a top 150 player. He's really good. But a lot of times when we talk about these other Polynesian players, there's Nebraska fans who ask me, does that mean we're out on the Bishop Gorman trio, referring to Douglas Utu, 5-star tackle, S.J. Alifetuli, 5-star center? They think that we're out on them. No, absolutely not. We are still recruiting them very highly, and honestly, I still like Nebraska's odds. Right now, the Cornhuskers are at 0 offensive line commits. We're trying to get that to about 5 or 6 in this class. So again, we're still going to keep recruiting. We're still going to try to get these Polynesian players. But yes, we're still in the mix for Douglas Utu and S.J. Alifetuli as well. But nice development there with Houston Kaahaaina-Torres, a guy who can really play any position on that O-line. But let's dig into the O-line, talking about another Polynesian player who I expect to commit very soon for Nebraska. And by soon, I mean Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And this is Brian Tapu. So I talked about it in my video last weekend. He came on an official visit. He loved it. And yeah, looks like he's going to sign the deal. He's currently on an OV with Oregon State. And Oregon State, again, they're the heavy underdog. I don't expect them to make a last-second surge for him. He loved Lincoln. He loved the coaching staff. And we're talking about another Polynesian guy who's listed at 6'8", 300 pounds. He's still learning how to play football, and he's already a high 3-star. I mean, just imagine how good this guy's going to be when he starts to learn football more and get more developed. He's still a very raw prospect. I mean, by the time he's a senior in college, he might be one of the better O tackles in all of the country. So Brian Tapu, another guy that is expected to commit to Nebraska soon. But let's go to the defensive side of the football. I've talked about 3 offensive guys. Let's go to Noah King here. And real quick, before I talk about this prospect, I am going to give you guys a Dawson Merritt update at the end of the video. We've talked about a lot of positive developments. There is a negative development with him. But let's get to Noah King before then. I mean, this is a player who you might not know the name of. I honestly did not know him until about a week ago when Nebraska offered very late on the scene. He instantly went on an official visit. He's there this weekend, again, from Friday to Sunday. But talking about Noah King, he's a mid 3-star player, but he is being recruited to play safety along with cornerback, and he is a standard Matt Rhule diamond in the rough type of recruit. He's listed at 6'3". He runs a legit 4.40 time. Just another player who can play all over. I mean, he can play even, honestly, linebacker. He can play rover, nickel corner. So another just diverse player. In Nebraska's in the mix with Kentucky to land his talents, but it looks like the Cornhuskers, they landed a crystal ball yesterday to get him, and I think he will make it official very soon as well. So again, 4 very good developments there for Nebraska. Guys who are highly sought after, and this recruiting class is starting to look very good for the Huskers. But let's talk about a negative. I mean, there's always negatives that happen in recruiting, and this is Dawson Merritt. So this has been the storyline the last 2 weeks for Nebraska. Of course, he went on an official visit to Tuscaloosa 2 weeks ago, and I mean, that feels like a long time ago at this point. Of course, Nebraska got on a Zoom call after that with him. They're trying to fight for his talents. It looked like Nebraska was back in it, but we've got some news over the last couple of days that he is continuing to land crystal balls from the Crimson Tide, from national insiders, from beat reporters. Yeah, I mean, he's tallying up like over double digit. We're looking at 10, 11 crystal balls for Alabama at this point. It's looking slim for Nebraska. I would expect a commitment over the next couple of days. Dawson Merritt will probably sign the deal and become the next member of the recruiting class. So not great news there. Again, Nebraska still has a chance, but that's recruiting, guys. You're going to miss out on a couple of guys. That's the way the business is. But at the end of the day, Nebraska's going to keep on recruiting. We're going to continue to get solid players. And if we know anything about Matt Rhule and what he's doing right now, he will probably be in the mix for a 4-star edge, just as good, if not a little bit, worse, but he's still going to be, a 4-star player. Just trust Matt Rhule and what he's doing. So Dawson Merritt, a little bit of a miss there, but that's just what happened. So watch out for that. But man, a lot of positive developments besides that, and I'm excited to potentially get some more commits in this recruiting class. So let me know down below, which one of those guys that I mentioned are you the most excited to potentially land? Is it a guy on that O-line? Is it 4-star Chase Loftin? Is it even Noah King, the diamond in the rough? And hey, if you made this far in the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We're getting so close to 4,000 subs. I can't thank you guys enough. I'm very grateful for all of you. But as always, folks, that'll do it for me, Wilson Dittman. Go Big Red. Go Matt Rhule, and see you in the next one.